The towering glass walls of Hamilton Global shimmered in the early morning sun, reflecting not just wealth, but power. Inside, suits walked like kings, and conversations were laced with ambition. On the 47th floor, the corner office belonged to Ethan Hamilton, a self-made billionaire and the CEO of the multinational empire. Ethan was brilliant, feared, and ruthlessly efficient. But behind that designer suit and Rolex, he hadn't laughed from the heart in years. He measured people by value, profits, skills, networks. Emotions were inefficiencies. Kindness was a weakness. On a humid Monday morning, Ethan stormed into his office, slamming a thick folder on the mahogany desk. "This is unacceptable," he growled, pointing at a set of international trade documents written in a rare Eastern European dialect. "I asked for a translation 2 days ago. I'm about to walk into a $200 million merger, and nobody here understands this." His assistant, Mark, shuffled nervously. "We've tried online tools, but the dialect is old, very niche. We even called language agencies, but it'll take at least another 48 hours. 48 hours? Ethan snapped. "Fine. Whoever can translate this today gets my entire monthly salary. Got it? Post it, call everyone, shout it off rooftops. I don't care. Just get it done. Translate this, and my salary is yours." It was a ridiculous dare. The entire office fell into a hush. A few nervous chuckles broke out once Ethan slammed the door behind him. He made millions per month. No one in their right mind would offer that. No one would believe it could actually happen. Except, someone did believe. Downstairs, in the staff quarters near the service entrance, Anna wiped her hands on her faded apron. She had overheard the commotion while dusting the executive hallway. 32 years old, with olive skin and tired eyes that still held fire, Anna had been working as a cleaner in Hamilton Global for almost a year now. She kept to herself, spoke only when needed, and always walked with a quiet grace that made her seem out of place. But today, something in her stirred. She asked the receptionist softly, "May I see the document he wants translated?" The receptionist blinked. "You?" Anna nodded. "I think I can help." The receptionist, amused but curious, handed her the copy. As Anna's eyes danced across the page, her posture straightened. A smile curved on her lips, small, certain, stunning. "This is old Carpathian," she said. "My grandmother spoke it. So did I, once upon a time." An hour later, Anna stood nervously in Ethan Hamilton's office. He didn't even look up when she entered. "I was told you think you can translate this," he muttered, still typing. "I don't have time for jokes, Maid." Anna stood her ground. "Try me." There was silence. Ethan finally raised his eyes. Cold, calculating, amused. "All right," he smirked, leaning back. "Translate the first paragraph." Without hesitation, Anna did. Word for word. Not just literal meaning, but tone, legal context, even idiomatic expressions. His brows furrowed. She continued with the second paragraph. Then the third. By the time she finished, Ethan wasn't smirking anymore. His mouth was slightly open, his hands frozen midair. "Where did you learn this?" he asked. "I was a linguistics professor back home in Romania," Anna said quietly. "My husband died during protests. My university was burned. I brought my daughter to America with the last money I had. I applied for hundreds of jobs, but no one cared about degrees without American stamps. So I became a maid. Because survival is more urgent than pride." Ethan blinked. Anna placed the full translated document on his desk. "It's done. In less than an hour." Mark, who had watched the scene unfold with his jaw hanging, whispered, "Sir, you said your entire salary." Ethan's face turned red. It was a rare moment. Billionaire CEO made to look like a fool by someone he'd ignored, stepped over, underestimated. The room fell silent. You could hear the city hum outside, but inside, nothing moved. Ethan's pride cracked like glass under pressure. But instead of exploding, something in him softened. He stood up slowly. "Miss Anna, was it? Sit down." Over the next 2 hours, Ethan did something he rarely did, he listened. Anna told her story, not seeking sympathy, only truth. How she used to speak 5 languages. How she walked 5 miles daily to save bus money for her daughter's schoolbooks. How she stayed quiet around executives who never saw her. Ethan's past flashed before him, his own mother, a cafeteria worker, dismissed by men in suits. He had climbed to the top so hard he'd forgotten what it was like to be at the bottom. At the end of the meeting, he stood up and extended his hand. "You've reminded me what real value looks like," he said. "Your translation didn't just save this deal. It changed something in me." He took a deep breath. "I meant what I said. My salary is yours for this month. But I hope you'll accept something else too, a position. I want you as Director of Global Translations. With full benefits. And dignity." Anna's eyes welled. "I don't need your money. I just wanted to be seen." Ethan smiled, "For real this time. Then let the world see you now." 1 year later. At the Hamilton Global Annual Gala, Anna stood in an elegant blue dress, her daughter beside her. She was introduced as head of Global Linguistics, a department Ethan created in her honor. The audience clapped as Anna walked on stage to speak. She began not in English, but in Old Carpathian, then paused. "I used to be invisible," she said. "But kindness has a strange power, it turns nobodies into somebodies, without changing who they are inside." Ethan, sitting in the front row, nodded. Not as a CEO. But as a man finally humbled by something stronger than wealth, humanity. Final message. Sometimes, the loudest people in the room need to be silenced by the quietest ones. In a world chasing titles and wealth, never underestimate the dignity of those who work in shadows. Compassion doesn't cost anything, but it can make even a billionaire feel poor in character. And sometimes, just sometimes, a maid can be the one who truly cleans someone's soul. In a world where wealth often speaks the loudest, true worth is sometimes hidden in silence. This story reminds us that titles, uniforms, or bank balances do not define a person's value. Every soul carries a story, a strength, and a struggle unseen. Never underestimate those who walk quietly beside you, because sometimes, the person society overlooks is the one holding the key to a breakthrough, a lesson, or even your redemption. Kindness costs nothing, but it can uncover brilliance where no one thought to look. And perhaps the greatest measure of success is not how high you rise, but how deeply you recognize the humanity in others on your way up. Respect, compassion, and humility, these are the currencies of true greatness.